I'm Mike.
I'm Jason.
This is Snake Envy. So we're actually filming this preface to this video 2 weeks after the fact. But you had a snake, a gray-banded king snake with a stuck egg 2 weeks ago, roughly. And you aspirated it with a needle and a syringe. First off, talk to me a little bit. The only method I've ever seen people use for stuck eggs, short of extreme situations where they have to be surgically removed, is kind of soaking a snake, warm water soak, and then kind of gently massaging the eggs through. Now, I imagine you've done that in the past.
I've done that a few times, and I've done as much as to get a Q-tip and go in there with some KY and try to lube it out and work your way around this egg that's stuck in there. And you start hearing stuff popping and smooshing around, and it's just it can't be healthy. It can't be good on the animal.
I was impressed by your method because I have never done it personally, but I've seen the other methods done, and it doesn't strike me as pleasant for the animal or for the person trying to do it. It's a very stressful deal. Your method was very quick, and we're going to show you how it works. I was impressed. I was like, this is quick, this is easy. Now, 2 weeks later, so the goal is you empty the egg using the needle and the syringe, and then the deflated egg can then pass with feces. Maybe they even pass the egg on their own, but usually as they eat.
Yeah, and it's called aspirating an egg, and you basically deflate that egg, and they'll poop that thing out, or with their next bowel movement, they'll pass it with that too. So
it's been 2 weeks. We're also going to show the snake. So how did things go? She's been eating. Everything's going well.
She's back to her old self, ready to eat you as soon as you open the cage. So
okay. Now, and she wasn't. It was obvious she wasn't feeling well.
Yeah, she was.
When we did
she
it.
was in discomfort.
Yeah. How frequently do stuck eggs happen? Each breeding season, do you deal with a couple?
I'll get a couple a year, and I'm dealing with hundreds of snakes, so...
Yeah, so it's not that frequent.
It's nothing I want to do or proud of doing, but it's part of the hobby, and it's part of the hobby I don't love, but it's a necessity, treating your animals with medications and problems like this. When you're a breeder, if you're going to breed on large scale, you're going to have these issues. So
yeah, and that can literally be life-threatening if an egg is stuck. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so part of the reason we wanted to kind of talk this through too is that we realize this may be a sensitive topic for some people. There are people that just don't believe in self-veterinary care at all. That's on one extreme. There's other people who might say, oh my gosh, I disagree. Your method is actually probably more dangerous than massaging the eggs. Please, comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know what methods you use. But I'm impressed with this method. I don't see how it's not easier both on you and the snake.
If you're doing it every breeding season to the same snake, obviously, that's a problem.
Yeah, you've got to identify why.
If it's just, I've done it, and the snake, next year was fine and passed all their eggs, and so it is a sensitive subject, and I've tried a bunch of different methods, and I feel like this is the easiest and the least.
Yeah.
It is invasive, but
it's the most successful. So we are going to show you the video of the actual aspiration, And we're also going to show you a video now 2 weeks later of a healthy and happy snake. So, but please comment, let us know what you think. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, so this might be a delicate subject for some, but as a snake breeder, things don't always go perfectly.
No. And this is the part I hate. I dislike, but we don't want to lose a snake, and this is one of my favorite snakes. And as you can see, she's got an egg stuck in her.
So she's got an egg that she hasn't been able to pass on her.
And a lot of times you can go through this vent and maybe get it. I've done a lot of stuff, but I feel like I've been fairly successful with this, and it happens like once a year. We'll clean this area right here.
And what do you call this process?
I call this called aspirating an egg. And right here. And I always come in right where the belly scales meet the side scales, and I'm going to go in there and suck this yolk out. It deflated it. She's going to poop out that shell probably in the next day or two. But that probably just saved her life.
And, I mean, look, I don't have a ton of experience with this stuff, but a lot of times what people do is they soak them and then they try to massage the full egg out the vent. And to me, this seems like it's going to be much easier for her.
Well, you seen how quickly I did that?
Yes.
I'm like, usually you have to have 2 people. I've done this enough.
Right.
If you go through that, when you go through right there where that, you're not hitting the organs.
Right.
You're not hitting anything vital.
Even if you were to miss or go too far.
Yeah.
So it's not risky. But that to me seems much easier on the snake.
Well,
than trying to.
I've gone in there.
The
I have got like KY jelly and Q-tips and gone in there and tried to work around it, and you hear all this popping, and it sounds sickening. The snake is squirming like it's torture.
Right.
Now I'm sure she didn't like that. But
no, she flinched a little bit when the needle went in. But
look at her now. I mean, she is acting fine.
She's fine now, and from what I've seen in the past, this is going to be much easier in terms of her being able to pass the egg. Thanks, Jason.
Thank you.
All right, Jason. So this is the gray-banded king snake, aspirated an egg 2 weeks ago, roughly.
Yep.
How's she doing?
She's doing great. She's wanting to eat right now. You'll see how perky and live she is, and let's check her out.
Let's take a look.
And she's alert, and
Yeah.
she's pressing on me, thinking I'm food for a second. But she's looking around. She's aware. She still needs to gain some body weight, but she had 11 eggs, so.
Yeah. She laid a clutch and had that one stuck egg.
And so she just seems to be her old self. So
fantastic.